doing business and spending time. A little more detail about what's on the back wall here. Option A is 2 through lanes, one each direction, with the center lane for turns. Those turns change depending on where you are on the corridor.
Backwards.
It also allows parking, generally where it is today. And there's a change in the parking I'll talk about in a minute, the design of the parking that we've recommended the city look at. But option A is 2 through lanes with a turn lane in the middle. Option B is 3 through lanes with a turn lane in the middle. And those 3 through lanes change. In some sections, it's 2 lanes one direction, 1 lane another. And you move another place, it may be 2 this direction and 1 that way.
Oh, man.
But it's trying to best balance the traffic flow is how we came up with that design. But you can definitely drive through consistently. You don't have to hop lanes. But they do, a new lane will pick up in one block and maybe be in another block down the street. You'll see that on the back wall. Option C is 4 through lanes. It's very simple. 2 each direction with no turn lanes. But in the off-peak hours, the outside lanes become parking lanes. So you've got 2 lanes in the middle. And one of the things you think about with that is somebody decides to stop and turn in a street or a driveway in that 1 lane. It's going to back up behind it. So every one of these options has some pros and cons.
More cons than
pros. Try to
pros.
boil it down to 3 basic, at least for tonight's workshop. Let's talk about the parking. Most of the parking today out there is angle parking or 90-degree pull-in parking that's right off the street. And you pull in and you back out and take off. This is a new design of parking that's increasingly in use across the country that really is considered safer. It's odd to look at when you first see it, but it's called reverse angle back-in parking. But it's almost like if it's parallel parking on the street against the curb, you pull past the space and then you back into it. But it's really hard to maneuver your car, get it close to the curb between those 2 vehicles. In this case, you just back in, but it's at an angle. And when you leave, your sight distance is much better.
Rear under heaven.
So I understand the concept, but what I'm envisioning is I pull up so that I can back into my parking spot, and the guy behind me pulls up behind me waiting for me to proceed, and now I cannot back into my parking spot, you see?
That happens in parallel parking sometimes too, and it's the same situation, I think, when you put your thing
I'm trying to parallel park
you
front
may have to
door.
almost come to a stop before you get to that space and get that person stopped, and then do your maneuver. But I'll admit that is one of them that's not as easy to get in as the other style of angle parking.
This is
But it's a
insane.
lot easier to get out with that stuff. And where it's been put in, I know Austin has some, several cities across the country. It seems to be working pretty well. So I've asked the city to consider that. I think it's a legitimate design and could end up being safer and easier to use.